behind my back to just snog the girl that I fancy right in front of me with no intention of playing the game, just doing it really to piss me off because you know it's not going to go anywhere.
Dee threw it in the spanner last night before I went to bed that you two asked him for a threesome. Who asked what?
If hypocrisy was an episode, then this episode would be it. Especially with two situations. The fact that you had Tommy screaming his head off at Shay, but then he goes to sit down with Dejon and Harry and he's laughing and boasting about it. And it's like, make it make sense. Are you upset about the fact that your girl was kissed by someone who came up with a plan? Or are you trying to make a statement? Are you trying to prove a point? Because if you were that upset that somebody came up with this plan, then you would have held all three guys to account, but no, you didn't. And then Megan, she found out about the threesome comment, but wasn't upset. Yet she was upset at the fact that Malicia had the audacity to say, oh, do you want to go and chat in the Hideaway? Not to make out, but do you want to go and chat in the Hideaway? So make it make sense. Was she upset with Malicia because Malicia asked the guy to the Hideaway? Or was she upset with Malicia because she felt intimidated because Malicia was more stunning and, carried herself better? Make it make sense, because I would have been more offended by the girls that are sort of talking about a threesome than I would by someone pulling somebody else for a chat. Make it make sense? Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island UK, Season 12, Episode 9. Just to say, if I sound a bit slurry, I've just come from the dentist, so my gum is a bit numb on the other side. And also, I've noticed that I think I was labeling my episodes incorrectly, so you might find an episode might have a different number to what it says on the description, but just understand that I was just catching up to current episode. Anyway, so what's happened is you have these guys having had this fallout. I didn't like it. I think Tommy was just trying to show off to his girl. I think Tommy was just trying to be the big dog in campus, and I don't think it worked because when he went to the boys didn't take him seriously. And you had Connor sit down for a conversation with Shay, and Connor sort of asking, it's a bit hypocritical in the sense that he's had a go at you saying that you kissed his girl, but he's then gone and sat down with two people that facilitated you kissing his girl, and he's not upset with them. Make that make sense? It doesn't make sense because Harry and Dejon were the architects with Shay of this plan. And yet you have, Tommy sitting there and bragging that I needed to call him out because it's unacceptable. And it's like, but you're talking to people that were involved in this thing. People that actually shouted your girl's name. He didn't shout it out. They shouted it out. So how can you be upset with him and not the people who facilitated this whole thing? And you can see Meg is sitting there and she doesn't seem that impressed. And so it doesn't make sense that he made a stupid move and it didn't pan out the way he wanted it to pan out. So I don't know. It's really a bad look. I can't wait for him to go home. You have Harry pull Helena for a chat. That coupling is just a coupling for convenience. Harry is going to show himself. He really is going to show who he is, and this woman is going to be embarrassed. Because you having a conversation with Helena, and Helena is saying, I don't like the fact that, you're kissing Shakira, but I also don't want to be in an indefinite love triangle. And it's like, you're not in a love triangle. You are on the outskirts of a couple whereby one partner is interested and the other partner is not. And you're on the outskirts and you're being used as a prop just in case that person, that his head doesn't turn. So the audacity for you to think that this man is in a love triangle whereby he has you and Shakira on the same par, you're lying to yourself. He wanted something from you. You gave it to him. He's moved on. He wants to conquer Shakira. And maybe Shakira is the one that he really likes out of all the girls in the villa. And so sadly for you, you're playing second best. And I don't know how long that will last. You have Alima go for a conversation with Ramel. We barely get to see their conversations. I don't know why. Are they a boring couple or are they not clashing? Why don't we see them? It's reminding me of Catherine and Oma from All Stars Season 2. Anyway, they sit down for a conversation and Alima is not happy. She's setting boundaries. She's letting him know that she's not happy with the way he behaved in the challenge, the way he was caressing the girls and the way he was kissing them. That didn't impress her. And sadly for him, he's already started on a bad note by shouting out that, he had 5 girls in one night. And he's having to sort of fight up a hill. And so he's not helping his cause by doing silly things like that. And for him to sort of say, oh, I didn't think about that, and trying to apologize that I'm sorry to offended you, Alima wasn't having it. She wasn't having it because she said, he's apologizing just to appease me, and your apology is a bit too late. You should have apologized as soon as we come back. So I love that she knows her worth and she knows how to set boundaries respectfully, without yelling, screaming, or name calling. I love that for her. You have Tony sit down for a conversation with Emily. Emily's telling her that, Connor last night was asking her to go to the Hideaway and she didn't feel it was appropriate. And so Tony, I love that she was able to read the room as well and not continue to just fight a battle that she knows she'll never win, like Helena. And she said, I can see the two of you get along very well, and I don't want to continue to be in a love triangle whereby I am just a bystander, an observer. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to leave the two of you to continue. She pulls Connor for a conversation and lets Connor know that she is taking a step back. And Connor says, oh, after our conversation, you said you wanted me to think about it, and I realized that I hadn't shut things down with you, blah, blah, blah. And Tony was like, well, we're over. Let's keep it stepping. That's it. That's the end of the road. Let's keep it stepping and move on. And so I love that for her. I really love that for her. I'd rather be vulnerable than have someone make me look like an idiot. So I'm happy that she was able to set boundaries. I'm happy that she was able to tell him that I got the message and I'm going to keep it stepping. If I find my person amazing, if I don't, amazing, but I'm done. And so good for her. Good for her for knowing her worth. You have Connor go to the terrace with Emily and then, they share their first kiss. I don't see what it is they really like about one another, but to each their own. So they share their first kiss, and then you have Connor ask her to go to the Hideaway. She says yes. I'm side-eyeing Connor. Is he really attracted to her as in wanting to get to know her better and grow a deeper connection? Or is he attracted to her as in just wanting to go to the Hideaway, have, his way, and then they're over and done with? I didn't quite get that. I really didn't. And so I was side-eyeing Connor because instead of everything else that they could have done, he could have said, okay, fine, let's get to know each other, let's talk, let's whatever. He decided to go to the Hideaway to make out, and she was on board with that. You have Megan go for a chat with Malicia. They promise each other that we're going to be respectful, we're not going to yell, we're not going to scream, we're not going to shout. So she was in the kitchen. Megan was in the kitchen initially with Dejon. So Dejon stays in the kitchen while the girls are having their conversation to see where they stand, because both of them can't understand, is this man still open to getting to know Malicia, or is he completely shut down and stuck with Meg? This is where the confusion is. You then have Yasmin and Tony walk into the kitchen where Dejon is and ask him that, Dejon, would you be open to the idea of having a threesome with us? And it's like, this is not it. This is not it. This is not a good look. He realized that it was a trap, so he just kept it stepping and moved on and left them in the kitchen, and he said this is not the time. And so he went and he joined Malicia and Megan to sort of have a conversation, which in my opinion didn't go anywhere, because at the end of the day he didn't clarify exactly what was going on. So both girls left there confused, and the islanders got ready for bed. And in the bathroom you have Tommy is bragging to Ben that, I had to let him know that I'm not having it. And it's like, nobody's interested in what you have to say. We are all just waiting for you to go home. This is it. We are all just waiting for you to go home, and then we can all keep it stepping. Otherwise, please stop wasting our time and stop thinking that you did something impressive when you didn't. You then have the islanders go to sleep, and you see everybody in bed. And Connor is busy. He got his way. He managed to go to the Hideaway, so he's going to make the most of it. Everyone was excited for him to go to the Hideaway, so hey, hooray. In the morning, you have Connor come back from the Hideaway with Emily. He's excited. He really is. He must have had an amazing time. When asked, Emily said they shared a little kiss, and it's like a kiss is... He had more than that because of the way he was excited, and everybody noticed that, Connor was very excited. Anyway, you have Tommy sit down for a conversation. Initially he sits down with Meg, and he tells her that he wants to pull Shay and sort of have a word with him because he doesn't want awkwardness around the villa. They then call Shay. Shay comes across, they sit down, and it was more or less, I feel like something happened that Meg tried to cover up. Because you had Tommy speak, after yesterday, I just wanted to air out any grievances and just say, let's move on and let's put it to bed. I thought the two of you had spoken. He was sort of encouraging them to say it's over. We're not going to explore anything. And it's like, Meg needs to be careful. I've seen this happen before. Where Kendall, for example, last season on Love Island USA, he cornered his partner to cut off things with someone she was interested in. And then when his type walked in, he dumped her. He dumped her as though he didn't know her. So the idea that Megan is being forced to shut down and confirm that she's definitely shut down things, I don't get it. At the end of the day, Shay had already spoken to Yasmin the night before and said, they were going to focus on one another. So I don't get why this conversation was needed. You have Megan sit down for a conversation with Tony and with Yasmin, and she asks them about the threesome comment. Yasmin confirms that, yes, she did say that. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy. What she said was more provocative than what Malicia has done. Malicia has just pulled this man for a chat. Yet these girls spoke about something that was very intimate. I love that Tony was quick to wash her hands and say, I didn't say anything. I didn't even know that was coming up, so I was pleasantly surprised. And yet the way Megan was so chill about it, I didn't get it. So she wanted to corner and sort of, I don't want to say bully and harass Malicia, but she didn't have as much smoke for Yasmin, who asked her partner to have a threesome. Make that make sense? You have Dejon come across them, and he just realized that things were not going right, so he just walked away and he went and he sat elsewhere because I think he didn't want the smoke and he didn't want to be part of that silly conversation. I thought Alima and Ramel had broken things off. Anyway, you have them sit by the day beds. They're just talking. And then Ramel, I like that he apologized because he said that he wants to iron out whatever issues they had from the challenge and then move on. On her part, Alima was done with the conversation, but at least he apologized. And once he apologized, she was happy to give him a kiss. So I think she's wanted to kiss him. She's wanted to be physical with him, but she was waiting for him to apologize. So once he's apologized, he's got in a good books and, they've shared a kiss. You have Tony she's chatting with Dejon, and you also have Connor and Emily. And she is sort of talking about that comment that you need to shut people down, you need to tell people that it's inappropriate. And Dejon is like, I didn't want to keep it a secret. I thought it's something that I needed to let you know. This is why I told you. Otherwise, I don't think you would have been happy had you found out from somebody else. And so the idea that she still doesn't have smoke for Yasmin doesn't make sense to me. She has smoke for Malicia, but she has no smoke for someone who's made that comment. So you have Megan having a conversation with Dejon, Connor and Emily are there, and she reveals that, this is the comment that Yasmin made to Dejon, and I really am in turmoil because I don't get it. He's constantly being pulled in all directions, and I don't want to be a part of that. And it's like, you can't blame Malicia because you also have Yasmin saying she's open to exploring things with Dejon. So the idea that you are now putting yourself as a victim, no one told you to shut down. You shut yourself down. If you want to explore, explore. Otherwise, stay on the side, wait for him to make a decision, and then you'll take it from there. While they're having that conversation, you have Malicia come and pull Dejon for a chat. And the way there was this hissing and cursing sound, it's like, why are we doing too much? Why are we doing too much? At the end of the day, this man is not married. This man is not in a couple. He is open to explore connections. If you don't want to explore connections, that's you. But he is open to it. So let him do what he wants to do, and then we'll see what happens in the end. After his conversation with Malicia, he then had a conversation with Yasmin. And so Yasmin, I think, wants to be a part of the action. I think she wants to be a part of the action, and she knows the only way she can get a part of the action is if she involves herself in that love triangle and turns it into a square, because it doesn't make sense. The night before, she had told Shay that she was only focused on him, and suddenly she's now with the Dejon stuff. I don't get it. Megan is in the changing room. She's unhappy. She's complaining bitterly that, I have not had connections with other people. I've just been focused on him from the day we walked in. And it's like, did he tell you to stop focusing on other people, or did you yourself decide not to look at anybody else? Make it make sense. I don't get it. Anyway, the islanders are lounging around the villa and they get a text message that. So the message reads, Islanders, tonight there will be a recoupling in which the boys will choose which girl they want to couple up with. Hashtag decision time. Hashtag she's the one. And it's like, oh, I feel sorry for Malicia. I hope they bring her to All Stars because none of the other boys explored anything with her, especially after all that hoopla with Megan. So the islanders get ready for the night and they're busy talking because everyone is anxious about who is going to be picked. The boys are anxious about the girls that they're going to pick. Who am I going to pick? Especially those that are not sure. The majority already know who they're going to pick. Oh, it's a given. It's just people like Dejon who are sort of concerned, who am I going to pick in between the two girls? But we all obviously knew who he was going to pick. Meg and Malicia are also concerned because they were both fighting for the same guy, so they don't know who he's going to pick. Anyway, the islanders go to the fire pit. The girls stand up by the fire pit. The boys are sat down. And so we go into sort of individual speeches where people call out who they want and why they want to pick them. First up was Ben. Ben, said he's getting deeper. He's getting to know Shakira and he really likes where things are going. Is anyone surprised he picked Shakira? No, not even Shakira. I think this twist would have been had Harry stood up first because we all know that Harry still has a thing for Shakira. Next up was Tommy. I said it before, I'll say it again. Tommy's stunt was only to appease this girl because he had to bring that into the speech yesterday. There was a back and forth between me and Shay, but I really like this girl, so I have to fight for what I want. And it's like, what has that got to do with the price of bread? Make it make sense. So he did all that as a stunt to prove his love, not because he was trying to stand up for her. That's my opinion. It was a stunt. So he chose Meg. Anyone surprised? No. They were going to pick each other. Romel stands up. He speaks about, Alima. She's cute. She's stunning. She's caring. I would have expected him to pick her anyway because they shared a kiss. There's no way she was going to kiss him if she wasn't serious about him. And there's no way he was going to accept the kiss if he wasn't serious about her. So I'm not surprised that they picked each other. Next up is Connor. Connor spoke about how he struggled during the first couple of days until the bombshells came in and then his person came in. So he's been very happy and he chose to couple up with Emily. Anyone surprised? No. Emily came across as a very sweet, quiet girl even from the moment they walked in. So I'm not surprised that one of the boys was quick to snap her up. You had Harry. Harry went into this speech, I'm getting to know her. She is this. He described her. Nothing to do with him. He spoke about her and he spoke about his mistakes and the growth that they had, but he didn't speak in regards how she made him feel as far as I'm concerned. She's stunning, she's articulate, she's this, that, and the other. But it's like, how does she make you feel? What in particular about her makes you feel a certain way? I think he picked her because he couldn't get Shakira. That's the impression that I get. I wish they'd made him pick before Shakira was picked and we'll see who he would have picked. Next up is Dejon. Dejon spoke about, she's caring, she's kind, he feels about her 1000%, and he wants to pick his Meg. He went my Meg. I think he's secure in that couple in the sense that I don't think she'll ever explore with anyone else. I think she is content with where she is. But then I don't like the side that she showed us when she was going after Malicia. That side I didn't like. And I don't know how much he can take of that. And the name calling and the little smart remarks that she makes, especially about the 50%, not 50%, about 50-50, and also about him having 20 threesomes. So I don't know how much of that he'll be able to tolerate before he checks out. You then had Shay stand up. Shay said, when he struggled with the girls initially when he came in, but when the bombshells came in, this one in particular, he had a strong connection with, and he thinks things are going very well. So he chose to couple up with Yasmin. Am I surprised? No. Because of the three girls left, we hadn't even seen his conversations with Malicia. And sadly, with Malicia, the clash between her and Megan turned all the other guys away, because if I had to pick between Yasmin and Malicia, I would have picked Malicia, but that's just me. Anyway, this leaves Milicia and Tony vulnerable, and they are holding hands. And they understand that there is a possibility they could be going, because while the girls were getting ready, you kept hearing Tony say, shall I pack my bag now? Shall I pack my bag now? Anyway, it's revealed, well, text messages come in. First, it's Shakira. She lets the girls know that, they are vulnerable and they are at risk of being dumped. Next message came in through to Helena. Helena said, there is a guy who's here who wants to date you, Harrison. He will make the decision of who will go and who will stay. We get to meet Harrison. Harrison is a 22-year-old footballer. He's from Dublin originally, but he lives in Miami, and he plays football. So I assume he's playing for David Beckham's club. Maybe, just an assumption. So Harrison's first date is with Malicia. I really want Malicia to stay. I think Malicia was given the Zara treatment in the sense that people felt intimidated and she really was harassed for just having a personality and looking the way she did. I thought their date was cute. It wasn't overly sexual. It was a date where they got to know one another and spoke about quite a variety of things, because they spoke about football, the fact that he plays football. They spoke about family. She's an only child. He is one of three. And so it was cute to see her in a relaxed environment. Yes, it's tense because she knows there is a possibility that she could be going home and she has to fight with somebody else. But I really want her to stay. I really want Malicia to stay. I think she deserves a chance to stay in the villa so that she can explore a connection with somebody else. I don't think it's fair to send her home given how she was treated and how the girls tried to sort of bully her. Had it not been for Alima, they would have really gone hard, so Alima had to sort of rein them in. So I hope she gets a shot. He seemed to enjoy himself. He said there was a spark. They both agreed that there was a spark. So I'm hoping it wasn't just lip service and that they actually felt something. We were then shown Dejon and Megan on the terrace. They were having a conversation about his speech and the fact that he had been exploring with Malicia. Obviously, Meg wanted to find out if he was still open to sort of exploring anything with Malicia if she did come back. And that's scary for me because it's sort of saying, are we saying that she went home because she didn't have a connection in the villa and she didn't have a connection with the new guy? Is that why they had to show us that clip? That clip didn't make sense outside of the fact that maybe she was dumped, and I'll be very upset if she's dumped. Hopefully they bring her back for All Stars because she deserves a second chance. Harrison's second date was with Tony. Tony was very flirty. It was a bit sexual, the communication, the fact that they were flirting over strawberries. Yes, they both sort of know the same university or college in America, in Miami, and they spoke about her work, the hotel she works at. So it was nice to see a different side of Tony when she's relaxed and when she's with someone she feels comfortable with, because we haven't seen her be this flirty or this chatty with a guy. So it was nice to see that side. As much as I love Tony, I'd rather Malicia stay. I think Malicia will bring more to the villa. Even Tony herself, I think, will bring more to the villa. I think the person who should have gone home is Emily, because Emily's like watching paint dry. I would have preferred both girls stay and Emily go home, but hey. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 8. Bye guys.